Hello, I'm Jane Corry. I'm a Sunday Times bestselling novelist and I've written thousands of short stories, many for women's magazines. So if someone comes to me and says they want to be a writer, and how do they do it and whether they're suitable, my first thought is that actually writing chooses you rather than the other way around. You might have that sort of slow burning, rather shy perhaps, ambition that you want to write. And if you feel that stirring, that probably means you are a writer. Sometimes I'm asked why I chose this particular career, and really it chose me. I've always wanted to write, I've always wanted to do that as a living, but I do recall being about 17 or 18 and going to a careers evening and someone telling me that actually being a writer was a very difficult job and I ought to find something more sensible, and that really upset me because it's all I wanted to do. So I decided that I would get a job if I could as a journalist, write that way for a few years, and then hopefully start writing a novel and some short stories. What's a typical day like in my job? Again, that's something else I'm frequently asked. My life is fairly hectic, but I am very disciplined when it comes to my writing. So I'm at my desk straight after breakfast. I will start writing then immediately. And if I don't, I feel uneasy for the rest of the day. Obviously, like anyone else, things get in the way sometimes, or I have a family commitment. But as I said, I'm happiest when I'm sitting in front of my desk. I will write through to lunchtime, and then quite often in the afternoon, I'll do something different. I'm a very involved granny. I love playing tennis. I swim in the sea. Actually, I will have had my morning dip in the sea before I start writing. And then quite often I go back to writing in the early evening as well. Where does my inspiration come from? Again, I'm frequently asked that, and it's life, to be honest. It's what I might see walking down a street. It's an idea that might drop into my head. It's perhaps a television program where somebody might say something. It could just be one little word that triggers off an idea. It's anything. So as a writer, it's really important to keep your mind open and, crucially, to jot down any ideas that come into your head as soon as you get them, because it's frightening how quickly they'll disappear if you don't. The best part of my job is that wonderful feeling I have when I'm writing a story, especially when I'm starting it. It is literally like setting sail. It's like branching out into the sea. It's like starting something completely new. I'm swept away in the story and my characters, and I'm in a world of my own. I really don't like being interrupted when I'm writing a story. I just want to be there. The more difficult part of writing a short story is that final revision, making sure that everything is right, making sure that the word length is right, that the plot is continuous, that you haven't perhaps made any mistakes by keeping something in from an earlier draft. It's that worry too, in case maybe that story isn't good enough. I think you always get that worry no matter how many stories you write. And it's waiting to see if your story is accepted.